Hey everyone, today we're at the annual Jack Jam Lacrosse Tournament in memory of a past teammate and close friend, Jack Sandler. We're going to be joined by Jack's parents and two of the founding members of the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation, Lance and Barbara Sandler, and also special guest Peter Lasagna, who's head coach of the Bates men's lacrosse team. They've got a lot of inspiring stories to share with us, so let's go see them. The Jack Jam is an annual lacrosse tournament in memory of one of my good friends, Jack Sandler, who passed away several years ago suddenly. And Jack was a good friend of mine. He's also the coach at Colby College. He was a brother, a friend, a son, and he just meant so much to so many. I'm here today with his parents, Barbara and Lance Sandler, who were two of the founders, along with their daughter Mackenzie and Jack's sister, of the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation. And thank you so much for being here today with me, guys.
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting us.
I knew you were going to be here, but thanks for sitting down.
Absolutely.
Our pleasure.
Please tell us what the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation is all about.
Yes, sure. I'd be happy to. Thank you so much. Jack, our son, Jack Sandler, Coach Sandler from Colby College, he passed away 5 years ago. When somebody passes away, many times you make them out more than what they actually were. Coach Sandler was truly an authentic individual. He was the go-to guy. Jack always took the back seat. He let somebody else shine. I've met probably 1,000 people. I don't think I'm exaggerating, since Jack's passed away. And there's a theme that goes on with this. Every time I meet one of these individuals, they come up to me and they say, "Mr. Sandler, I'd like to introduce myself to you. I'm Jack's best friend." Everybody is Jack's best friend. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. Jack was the kind of guy who just put everybody before him. We had a family, a Colby family. They anonymously donated $2 million in Jack's memory to Colby College Lacrosse. Their only stipulation was that the coaching position be renamed. It is now the Jack Sandler Memorial Head Men's Lacrosse position at Colby College. This shows you the kind of individual that Jack was, the influence, the leadership that he bestowed upon these athletes. President Green had told me that in 200 years from now, he said that position is still going to be called the Jack Sandler Memorial Head Men's Lacrosse position at Colby College. So, with that in mind, Mackenzie, Jack's sister, started the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation. And she also wants to continue Jack's legacy. It's something that is going to go on forever. It's a very simple mission. The foundation sends athletes, boys and girls, to the most elite lacrosse camps in the country that don't have the financial wherewithal to do this on their own. When we call and tell people that they've been awarded this scholarship, many parents will get on the phone and say, "Well, how much is this going to cost me?" Well, it doesn't cost you anything, because the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation has some wonderful supporters, and we've been able to accumulate enough dollars to be able to do this, and we've been very, very successful. If you would like to help with the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation and support us, if you go to jacksandler.org, you can make contributions to the foundation. We have a $10 donation. People have signed up their credit card to give us a $10 donation every month, and if we get 10 people, 20 people to do that, that's a lot of money. Everything is used. We don't. All the money goes to the athletes to go to camp.
That's why we do more of our part to do, put together this lacrosse tournament, which is the Jack Jam. As you can see, it's going on behind us. You can hear the sounds a little bit, but this is the 5th year. It would be 6th except for COVID, and we have had more teams this year than ever. More players are coming out. It was supposed to just start as an alumni thing, so everybody gets together and really supports the game and leadership and what Jack would really want us to do. But it's now a lot of actual current college players, and as you can tell, I'm not a current college player anymore, but I got to be out there for Jack too, so I'm a little red-faced, and we won our first game. But so I love the Jack Jam every year, and it's so worth the effort and all the stuff that we do to get it going. But what does the Jack Jam really mean to you guys?
the fact that all of his friends are the ones that organize this every year and do such an incredible job. It's Jack. Jack is here. You can just feel him. He controls the weather. He gives Bates a little push. All these newcomers that are coming are learning about him, and they come to check in, and they know who he is. The coaches have been so supportive to encourage their players to get a team together and go to Jack Jam.
Yeah, it's so great how, Jack was at Skidmore, he was at Colby, coaching both of those teams. They've been here every year. Bowdoin's here every year. Endicott's now been here most of the years. Don't forget, University of New England's been fantastic. They come back every year. Bates, obviously. And we've had other schools as well. Trinity's been here, and Emerson had a team one year. But it's so great. And now they're stacking some teams to beat us. So an all-star team out there of Deerfield guys, and whoever it might be. Anybody who wants to come support Jack and you guys and the foundation, it's just so great.
We were fortunate last year with COVID that we weren't able to raise funds like we do in the past. And fortunately for us, Bill Belichick, his foundation, was nice enough to give us a grant. And so last year, with the help of Bill Belichick and all of our supporters, we sent 12 kids, boys and girls, to elite lacrosse camps in the country. This year, we've sent 30 athletes to lacrosse camp. And wow. In 5 years since Jack's passing, and Mackenzie started this foundation, the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation, we've sent 110 lacrosse athletes, boys and girls, to elite lacrosse camps in the country, totally free.
That's amazing. That's so impressive.
Yeah, and the fact that we sent 30 this year was just amazing.
It's all because of Jack and Mackenzie. Too bad she can't be here today, but so thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you know someone who plays lacrosse, or you maybe have a family member or someone who might not be able to afford going to lacrosse camp, go to jacksandler.org, reach out to the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation, and try and get a scholarship, because we'd love to help you. And I'd like to introduce my coach from Bates College many years ago, and the current coach at Bates College, previously the coach of Brown University and the U.S. World Team, and also one of my favorite people, Peter Lasagna. Thanks for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here, Matt.
I know you wouldn't miss the day, as the day wouldn't work that well without you. But,
the day would work fine without me, but I would never not be here.
I know you would. So quickly, wanted to know, and I wanted you to share your thoughts with everybody. What does the Jack Jam mean to you?
Yeah, well, it means a lot of different things, Matt. It means I'm going to see you. I'm going to see some of my first people at Bates. I'm going to see Aaron Sells, who somehow keeps getting a little bit faster every year that he's been out of college.
Nice to all of us.
My first captain that I inherited, and a bunch of Jack's best friends. And people that played with Jack, knew Jack, loved Jack. And so that's part of the first part of the answer. Mostly, I just feel Jack. I feel Jack here, and somebody that was one of my very best friends on earth, who I anticipated growing old with. I would have grown older a little bit faster than he did. But this brings him back, I think, to all of us, And part of the thing that is so fun to me about this event, Matt, is that it means a lot of that to us, right? Because Jack was a huge part of our lives. But a lot of these people, have never met Jack Sandler, didn't know Jack Sandler, didn't play with or for Jack Sandler, and they get to share Jack Sandler today, because that's why we're all here. And I've got to say, particularly coming out of this past year, two either non or mini COVID seasons, and not being able to do this a year ago, to have everybody back on a beautiful day at Governor's, like I said, you just feel Jack everywhere.
Right, I agree, totally. Well, thank you so much again, Coach. I don't know if you want to add anything else, but we are just blessed that you do what you do for everybody, for the Bates program, for Jack, for his family, for the foundation. You're nonstop. We don't know how.
Well,
you're not getting older.
It's truly my pleasure. That's why I got into this a long time ago, and I know that the Sandlers do a great job advertising this, but it's important for me to reiterate that the sole purpose that the Jack Sandler Leadership Foundation exists and this is so consistent with who Jack was as a lifetime mentor and teacher and just lacrosse junkie, is to help kids who love lacrosse continue on the path,
right,
you know, of getting better, of getting recruited, and so to be a part of that and to have share all that with all these people, to know that every dollar raised is going into helping other people who will someday come back and play in this tournament and wear Jack Jam shirts. It doesn't really get much better than that, quite honestly.